Hello, it's Ryan Bembridge from Mortgage Introducer here, and I'm with Claire Jarvis from Pepper Money. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
So firstly, Pepper, what does it do?
So Pepper Money are a specialist lender. We offer predominantly residential business, but we also do an awful lot of buy-to-let business also. We manually underwrite, so we don't credit score. We just do a credit search with a soft footprint, and at that point that will depict which rate the customer will go on. We offer a wide range of criteria, so yes, we'll lend to customers that have had previous blips. We like to say we lend to customers that have had a problem in the past rather than currently having a problem. So we will lend to customers such as that, but with a whole wide range of criteria, even on the prime side, such as interest only, self-employed, complex income type of business.
Interesting. So how do you think brokers at the moment perceive the specialist market?
So I think brokers look at the specialist market and could possibly be a bit scared about sourcing a specialist deal. I think they still think about the old days of words being bandied around such as subprime, heavy adverse, such as that. But it really isn't like that anymore. You know, those are the old days. So I think it's just trying to dispel that myth really, that specialist business is adverse. Specialist could be, as I mentioned, complex income, buy-to-let, so really not as the old days.
How easy is it for them to source deals when you've got product cascading?
Well, I think it can be incredibly difficult for them to source products, specialist lending products, because I would imagine that the customer would have come to the broker for their expertise, obviously. They may have gone to the high street first themselves, or the broker may have gone to the high street first. Then, of course, if it fails with the high street, so you get the broker will get a high street score fail, then they're looking at a bunch of specialist lenders to deal with. So they identify the product that's with a specialist lender on the sourcing system, and at that point they will perhaps check that criteria fits and apply to that specialist lender for that deal. Now, some specialist lenders, we don't, but some specialist lenders cascade, which means that once the decision in principle goes in and the rate is quoted to the customer, the rate could be increased further down the line because of cascading, due to the system depicting where that customer fits in their credit scoring model. So I think it can be very difficult.
Right, okay. How do you think brokers keep up with changes to lenders' criteria?
I think brokers do incredibly well to keep up with all the criteria that's ever changing. They obviously have their BDMs that they can speak to on a daily basis, telephone BDMs also. But I think where they can perhaps find it more difficult is with buy-to-let. I think that the buy-to-let criteria, whether you're a low rate taxpayer, a high rate taxpayer,
there's loads of factors to take into account these days, right?
Definitely loads of factors to take into account. Whether you've got 4 properties or more will depend on all of that. Will depend on what rental calculation that the broker uses for the actual case. Can't forget that there's a customer at the end of all this really that just wants to get the mortgage through, and the broker's trying to do the best that they can for that customer, get the maximum amount of borrowing available. So I think it can be very difficult, but my advice would be, if you're going to see a BDM for a lender, see one from a specialist lender.
Right, okay. Good to meet you. Cheers.